Hello everyone, welcome to today's LeetCode coding challenge, which is wiggle sequence. Now let's understand what is the problem statement is. So we have given an integer array nums. We have to return the number of lengths of longest wiggle sequence. So let's understand what is wiggle sequence is. So a wiggle sequence is a sequence where the differences between two successive numbers is strictly alternate between positive and negative. So let's head over to the first example. It says 174925 is a wiggle sequence. How it is wiggle sequence? Because the differences are 6, which is positive, then minus 3, which is negative, then 5, which is again positive, which is after that it is minus 7, which is again negative, and then 3, which is positive. So it is alternatively changing between positive and negative, and then again positive, from negative to positive. So after understanding what is exactly the wiggle sequence is, let's head over to the approach of solving this problem. So for that, let's head over to paint here. Take the example of this right here, 1, 17, 5, 10, 13. You can just copy this thing. Okay, and just we can just write this here. It is let's take a graph. Okay, I'm not really good at painting here, so we can just plot the numbers here. First is 1, and then 17, after 17 we have 5. Let's suppose 5 be here, 5, and then 13. After 5 we have 10 and 13. 10, let's suppose be here, 13 must be here. After 13 we have 15, suppose it be here. After 15 we have 10 again. After 10 we have 5, which is here again. After 10 we have 16. Let's suppose 16 be here, slightly lower than 17. 16, okay, it is 16, remember. After 16 we have 8. Let's suppose 8 be here. Now if we connect these lines, you will see a graph. Okay, it is here. We will see a graph, and also the sign will show you it is the lower, it is higher, it is lower, it is higher. Here it is lower, here it is higher, here again it's lower. So you can see the zigzag pattern is following here, zigzag pattern. And how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer is going to be 7 here. So as you can see, we have to return the peak elements from the downwards and the upwards both. So if you look closer into this problem, we are going to have 3 cases here. In the case 1, I will talk about in the case 1, the first element is going to be lesser than the next element. So here I will say a of I, which is the first element, is going to be lesser than the next element, which is going to be a of I plus 2, I plus 1 actually. If I talk about the second case, it is just going to be the opposite of the first case. And if I talk about the third case, both the elements are going to be equal, as in here 5 is going to be equal to the 5. So let's head over to the solution. Now that we have understand how to solve this problem, let's head over to the coding section. Here let's take two integer variables. One is going to be up. Let's initialize it with 1, as even if there is a least sequence, there is always going to be, the answer is always going to be 1 or more than 1. The next will be down. Initialize both of them with 1. Now take the loop to traverse the array or vector. Start from 0 and I should be less than nums of nums dot size minus 1. We are actually taking I from 0 to nums dot size minus 1 because we are comparing I with I plus 1. Now if, as case 1 I said, if nums of I is going to be less than nums of I plus 1, then we have to balance the upwards with downwards by incrementing downwards by 1. Remember, up is going to be balanced by down and down is going to be balanced by up. So if nums of I is going to be greater than nums of I plus 1, okay, we have excellently written 1. So in this case, down is going to be balanced by the up, so up plus 1. So after traversing the vector, we have to return the one which is higher. So if up is more than down, we will return up, or else if else we are going to return down. Now let's check this problem by running this code. It is finished, the answer is showing right. So let's submit this. Okay, so it is accepted. Now let's head over to analyze it. What is the result? So the result says we have beaten 100% of the CPU summation in the time, and we've got 83% beats in the memory usage. So that's been it. Thanks for watching. Keep coding.